Yo, what if I told you that the reason you continue to stay where you are in life is because you are negotiating with comfort? You must stop negotiating with comfort. Comfort is the lazy zone, is what I call it. We all get comfortable in life and we just want to just feel comfortable where we are because let's be real, comfort is satiating. It makes us feel good in the moment with whatever we're comfortable with. But the reason why comfort is a struggle is because it keeps you lazy. If you have not followed the podcast, make sure you hit the follow button. When you do, you never miss a moment to rewire the way you think. Welcome to another episode of Fast Forward Mindset Podcast. Today, I will help you rewire the way you think so you can fast forward to a happy and healthy lifestyle. Stop negotiating with comfort. It's not doing anything for you. It's ruining your life. When you negotiate with comfort, this, my friend, is called the comfort zone. You're too comfortable. What the comfort zone does, and you don't notice because it doesn't tell you this, is that it keeps you putting your life on hold. All those big fantasies that you dream of, all those things in this world that you want to accomplish, just keep getting put on hold. There are some very talented people in this world, but no one will ever discover your talent because you're too comfortable staying in the comfort zone. You don't want to get uncomfortable because guess what? Uncomfort causes you not to be comfortable anymore. And because a lot of us don't like to be uncomfortable, we like to stay in the comfort zone. And like I said, the comfort zone is just laziness. It's really what it comes down to. It's laziness, procrastination, and a bunch of other words behind it. But those are two that I could think of to stand out the most. I just recorded this video, this motivational video, and I uploaded it to my social media. And in this video, I talked about how Monday is full of distractions and excuses. Because Monday is one of those days where we don't want to go back to work. It's the first day back from the weekend. We might have had so much stuff going on over the weekend till when Monday comes, we make a bunch of excuses. We have a lot of distractions. And when we do that, it just causes Monday to fall apart. And so in that video, I talked about how you pushing through, going to the gym, getting your workout done is more than half the battle. And once you do that, now you can set up your Tuesday to be easier, your Wednesday to be a little bit more easier, and then your Thursday to be easier. Now, by all means, my video was not giving the implications that if you work out hard on Monday, you can go to your comfort zone Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That's not my point. Please don't hear what I'm not saying. What I am saying is that when you overcome the barrier of excuses, when you overcome your comfort zone, when you overcome your distractions and you get stuff done, now that is the battle that you've overcome, is what my point was. But I brought that video up because it's very fitting for today's episode. You got to stop negotiating with comfort. I never felt like I had a struggle or issue with being too comfortable in my life. And I thought about it over this past week. And when I thought about it, I'm like, wait a minute. I never been a guy that was comfortable. Like I'm a driver, I'm motivated, usually self-motivated. I don't need anyone to knock on my door. I don't need anyone to set my alarm clock and say, get up at this time and do that. I do these things on my own. But I had to stop and think that there was several moments in my life where I was in the lazy zone, the comfort zone. I was negotiating with comfort every day because I would go to work, come home from work, grab me a 12 pack, grab me a pack of cigarettes, and sit there literally on that patio for 6 or 7 hours straight, drinking beer and pounding cigarettes until it was time for me to go to bed and get up the next day and go back to work. And because of that, I didn't accomplish anything. The only thing I accomplished was having the buzz every day. And having the buzz every day didn't get me anywhere in this world. But in bad health, low self confidence, and 100% fully distracted. I didn't have any goals back then. I didn't see my place set for me. There was no mile markers for me at that point. There was not even a Coach James at that point. I will tell y'all, Coach James, that name did come up. We'll start back then. My son played tackle football when he was younger. And one of the coaches that was the head coach, I said one of the coaches, the head coach, he was like, hey man, he goes, I just moved out here to Maricopa because that's where it was at. He goes, I need some help with the boys. I need some coaches. Are you willing to help coach? And I was like, sure, man. I played football before. I know about the game. I'll help coach. And so he started calling me Coach James. And it was kind of funny because when I posted a picture or a video of something on Facebook, probably about 2 years ago, he hit me up, DM. He was like, hey, man, just so you know, yeah, everybody call you Coach James, but I was the brother that gave you that name first. And I thought about it like, yeah, he's right. He was the first one to call me Coach James. So that's why I got that name from, Coach James. But back to what I was saying, y'all. Back then, I didn't have any mile markers in my life as to where I wanted to be or where I wanted to go, because I was negotiating with comfort. I was happy going home every day, getting the bus, sitting in front of TV, watching basketball, football, whatever sports was on at the time, and just enjoying that moment. But I didn't care about anything else. That was my comfort zone. And like I said, that comfort zone, y'all, didn't get me anywhere in life. So if your comfort zone is sitting home, getting the buzz or on the buzz after work every day, and you're negotiating with comfort, then I'm have to tell you that that life is not going to get you anywhere. Not at all. Like I said, the comfort zone is the lazy zone. Keeps you lazy. And we all know what alcohol and marijuana does to you. Just keeps you lazy. Cigarettes make you make every excuse in the world. I can't run because I smoke cigarettes. I'm gonna be out of breath. I can't do anything because my lungs are not gonna open far enough. Cigarettes just cause you to have more and more excuses than anyone ever had in this world. And I know because I used to be a pack of smoker cigarette a day. Yes, y'all, I used to smoke a pack of cigarettes a day. That was me, Coach James. But y'all, at some point in my life, I told myself I no longer want to negotiate with comfort because I had goals and aspirations that I wanted to achieve. And so I had to get out of the comfort zone. I had to let it go. I had to say, you know what? In order for me to change my life, I have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. So first I let drinking every day go. That was definitely uncomfortable. I definitely have some pleasant personalities. Definitely have some pleasant personalities. But I let it go. I let drinking go. I let smoking cigarettes go. I let my recreational marijuana go. I let everything go that was stopping me from being able to achieve the goals that I really have for myself. Now at that point in time, I didn't see that's where it was going to lead me to. It was one step at a time, one day at a time. But I got to this point in my life where I got rid of all those comfort zone habits, and I started taking on uncomfortable zone habits, like starting a podcast, right? Like enrolling back in school, applying for management at work. It was all these things that helped me get over those comfort zone habits to gain my uncomfortable zone habits. And as y'all can see today, I'm now on this podcast teaching y'all about not allowing yourself to stay in the comfort zone because it nets you nothing in this world but just comfort. Comfort feels good in the moment. I don't want to knock it and make it sound like you can't be comfortable, because by all means, we should all be comfortable and love comfort. But at the same time, if your comfortable zone is keeping you in a lazy zone and you're not accomplishing anything in this world, what good is comfort really doing for you? And I know you can say, "Oh, Coach James, I'm enjoying life right now. Life just feels great. I'm in a better headspace." I get that. Yes, you're supposed to definitely enjoy being in a better headspace. Yes, you're supposed to definitely take some time out and enjoy that. But my point is don't get stuck in the lazy zone, right? You overcame that. You're in a better headspace now. You're feeling comfortable. What's the next thing that's going to make you uncomfortable? Jump to that now. Unless you want the same life you have. You know, the big thing about personal growth is that some of us don't want personal growth. We okay with going home every day, drinking a 40, smoking a black and mild, and a blunt. Some of us are just, we okay with that. But if you're not okay with that and you've been telling yourself you want a different life, then you must get uncomfortable. You must get uncomfortable. I've had to do it. People around me had to do it. There's been several entrepreneurs that had to get uncomfortable. Professional athletes always have to be uncomfortable. It's part of life. It's part of the game. Stop negotiating with comfort. Your comfort is killing your life. It's not netting you anything right now. What is it bringing you other than comfort? And I guarantee the majority of y'all just sitting there saying you're in your comfort zone. I can guarantee while you're sitting there in your comfort zone, you're upset because you're not really where you want to be. Not at all. I had a friend hit me up the other day, and I'm kind of more like a mentor to this person. And she says, Coach James, I made it to the gym today. And I was like, cool, glad you made it. And I said, yeah, you had a pretty long day. You started a new job. You had to go to work, get trained, go through training, get off work, go to the gym, work out, go home, make food for yourself, wind down, and then get ready for bed. And so my response to this person was like, congratulations, you did good today. And she says, you know what? Once I got to work and I realized that I had already packed my workout bag, I told myself one thing. I remembered my why. And she said, I told myself that if I don't go, then my why doesn't matter anymore. And I told her, you're exactly 100% right. It's all about your why. Why are you doing it? Like I said, some of us want it and some of us don't want it. And that's just the world we live in. If you're an individual and you don't want it, then you're not going to get it. But if you're a person who wants it, then you get it. But you got to do the necessary things to get uncomfortable. No matter what. Before I came and recorded this episode, I was sitting on the couch watching the show with my wife. I was like, time out. Got to put this series on hold. I'm going to come right back. Because I had to get uncomfortable and come and podcast for y'all. But that's just part of life. I could have sat there and said, forget about the podcast. I'll do one the next day, or I'll pick it. I'll do an extra one next week. I could have said that. But I didn't. Because I know I had to get uncomfortable. And I have to get uncomfortable with being comfortable. Right? That's kind of the way it works. Got to get uncomfortable with being comfortable. It's like Christmas Day. We wait all month long for that day to open presents. And it's finally here. That's what getting uncomfortable is about. Uncomfortable, 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 uncomfortable. Reward. Right? Uncomfortable, uncomfortable, uncomfortable. Reward. Some uncomforts don't come with rewards, but they come with benefits. So let me land the plane for here, y'all. So if you're willing to take the next step and you want to stop negotiating with comfort because your life isn't bringing you the peace that you want, it's not bringing you the income that you want, and it's definitely not building the relationships that you need, this episode is going to help you. But you got to be willing to take the next step. So number one, accept who you are. The biggest struggle with laziness is that people have not accepted who they are. They get in their own mind, they itty bitty committee that guess what? No matter how hard you try, no matter what your effort is, you always going to be you that's below everybody else. You always only going to have this and you can't have more. When you think that way, that means you're not accepting seeing yourself bigger. You're not accepting seeing yourself with a big house. You're not accepting seeing yourself with a nice car. You might think it, right? It might be a good fantasy in your mind, but you have not accepted that you can be that person. Because sadly enough, if you have accepted it, you would have started taking the steps to get that stuff achieved. But I only have to think in my mind that if you have not accepted the yourself, then you're probably still sitting on the couch, channel surfing, Netflix, Hulu, Paramount, whatever your favorite video or movies website is. So number one, accept who you are. When you accept who you are and understand where you're going, you'll get off the couch. You'll put the remote control down. Number two, what do you want out of life? That's a real question, y'all. And it's not for me to answer that question for you. It's for you to answer it for yourself. What do you want out of life? Do you want 40s and weed? Or do you want a bigger house and more money? A true question. What do you want out of life? Some of us are okay living on welfare. That's just some people's mindset. They're okay with that. That's all they know. That's all they seen. And that's all they want is welfare. Section 8. Some of us are happy with that. But if it was me, I wouldn't be happy with that. I would not be. I would not be living off government assistance. And I'm not being crucial or making and wanting to make y'all feel anyway. I just want you to get uncomfortable with this idea. That's all it is. I want you to get uncomfortable with thinking about where your comfort has you at right now in life. Because if I don't do it, you might not never do it. So I'm here to get you uncomfortable today. What do you want out of life? I can't answer that question. You have to. I want you to really ruminate on that and figure out what you want out of life. Number three, get out of the lazy zone. Don't live in a lazy zone. Don't sleep in the lazy zone. You got to move forward. Get out of that. That's a great zone because it's comfortable, but at some point, you got to get out of the lazy zone. I don't know no other way to break it to you. I don't. Laziness, procrastination, distractions. If you got those things going on in your life, you're going to always live and be in a lazy zone because you feel like you're too distracted. You too comfortable. Right? You got too many excuses. Well, if I get up and I go apply for a job, ain't nobody gonna hire me anyway, so why would I apply? Well, if I try to go get a business license, the white man ain't gonna let me be prosperous just because he's not. That's an excuse. The white man's not holding you back. You are. There's too many resources for any of us to be sitting on our butt talking about somebody's holding us back. Don't live in a lazy zone. Get out of the lazy zone. It's not for you. Unless, of course, you want to die lazy. Then you're in the right spot. Stay in the lazy zone. Last but not least, remember your why. I just told y'all the story of one of my clients, of what she explained to me as to what her why did and meant for her that day when she had the longest day of her life. She didn't want to go to the gym. She didn't feel like dealing with people after dealing with people through training all day long. But she said, Coach James, I had to remember my why, and my why possessed me to go to the gym. And yes, I said possessed, y'all, because when you know your why, you are possessed. You end up at the gym when you've been fighting yourself all day long. You're not going to go, and you're going to look up and be like, I'm here. How did I get here? How long I been here? That's because your why has possessed you to continue to fight for the life, continue to fight for the goals and the results that you want in your life. So remember your why. When motivation fades, remember your why. When you got a life full of distractions, remember your why. When you're just feeling lazy and in a comfort zone, remember your why. Just share with y'all a minute ago, I was sitting on the couch watching the episode with my wife. I remember my why. I got a podcast so that my listeners can get some motivation, so I can help them with personal growth. I got to go podcast because I can't sit on this couch and get too comfortable because I still got a job to do. That was my why. Stop negotiating with comfort. It's not a good look on you. Comfort is not a good look on nobody. It may feel good, but it's not a good look. And you know what's funny? In reality, when you've outused your comfort zone, everybody can see it. You can't hide your comfort to anybody. You can't hide your results to people. You can't hide your lifestyle when people can see it. When I was doing Herbalife, one of the coaches made a good point. And the point was that you can eat that cookie. Nobody else will know you ate that cookie. But your body does. Your mind knows you ate that cookie. And because your body does, it's going to continue to give you the results of what eating a cookie does to your body. It's going to shoot your glucose to the roof for the next 3+ hours. You're not going to see a lot of results. So like I said, your comfort zone is visible. Everybody peripherals can see it. Stop negotiating with comfort. It's not a good look on you. Hey y'all, thank y'all for listening to today's episode. If you have not hit the follow button, make sure you do so. When you do, you'll never miss a moment to rewire the way you think. Y'all, I'm not hard to find. I'm on IG all day, every day. It's Fast Forward Mindset Podcast. If you're struggling today with thoughts of suicide, thoughts of hurting yourself or someone else, please don't hesitate to call the Suicide Prevention Hotline at 988. Don't forget to check out my website at www.rewirethewayouthink.com. Hey y'all, I'm Coach James, and I hope this message will help you rewire the way you think. And as I always say, if your mindset isn't making you money, it's costing you way too much. And that's my 2 cents today, y'all. Peace.
Thank y'all for listening to today's episode. And remember, don't rewind your life, fast forward it. Until next time, keep moving forward. Hey y'all, I'm Coach James. Let me help rewire the way you think. All right, y'all. Peace.